So for this evening's yoga class, so you just need yourself and a mat. And if you want to pop your socks off as well, just so you can get a little bit better grip on the mat. We're not using any props or anything like that tonight. So when you're ready, just make your way into the centre of your mat and we will get started. Okay, so we're going to start off in a kneeling position, okay? So hips high and then toes tucked under, and then if you just sink your hips back onto your toes. Okay, this gets a nice stretch down the front of the feet. Okay, from here, just relax the shoulders and think about sitting up nice and tall. So the crown of the head reaches it up. And just enjoy that stretch through the backs of the feet. Take a couple of deep inhales and exhale. Just take a moment to set your intentions for the class today, whatever they may be, whether it's just to get through the practice, maybe try a new posture. And remember, any posture that you feel is too much today, there's always modifications. You can always meet back in downward facing dog or child's pose, whatever option is available to you, or maybe just whatever option feels good for you today. When you're ready on your next inhale, we're going to reach both arms up and interlace the fingers so that both, the only two remaining fingers are your index fingers. They point up to the ceiling. Relax the shoulders and stretch up as high as you can. So imagine someone's lifting you up from the two fingertips, nice and tall. And then drop and reach over to the right side. Trying to keep both shoulders in one line. So just make sure that you're lifting up from the side body on the left. Keep reaching up and over. And inhale back to centre. And then exhale, same again on the other side. So reach and lengthen, reach and lengthen. Excellent. And when you're ready, just bring your hands back down through heart centre. We're going to clasp them together in a prayer. And then just interlace the fingers. And we're just going to roll out the wrists. Okay, just getting a little bit of heat, a little bit of movement through the wrists. Change direction, just big circles, doing what feels good. Really important to warm up the wrists before going into any like movements like plank, downward dog, even headstand, anything at all. Getting a little bit of movements in the wrist is great prior to that. Okay, and when you're ready, just bring the hands down to the floor, underneath the shoulders, and then kick the legs round into a tabletop. Okay, from here, we're then just going to start by warming up the spine. Okay, so we're just going to take a couple of cat cows. So inhale, drop the belly, bring the gaze up to the ceiling, stretch out, and exhale, tuck the chin, push the ground away from you, and arch back. So you're really feeling that stretch through the shoulder blades. And then we'll just flow through that another 3 times, just at your own pace, using your breath as you transition through your cat and your cow. And the last one, exhale to cow. And inhale, tuck the chin to cat. Once you're ready, just come back into a neutral spine, so into tabletop position. And from there, we're just going to inhale and lift the left arm and kick the right leg back. Okay, so in this position, right leg, right foot points down, left arm lifts up with the forearm pointing in towards the ear. Nice straight line with the body. Imagine someone's pulling you from the left arm and pulling you from the right heel. Keep lifting, and exhale, release. Come back to centre and inhale, this time opposite side. Right arm, left leg. Keep pulling, keep lifting, keep breathing. and release. Excellent. Okay, from there we're then going to go into a little chest opener called Thread the Needle. So when you're ready, inhale, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Bring your gaze up towards the fingertips. Keep reaching. Imagine just opening up through the chest, peeling that left shoulder back. And as we exhale, we're going to thread the needle through. Drop the left ear to the mat. And then maybe just gently using that right hand to press down into the ground and open up that right shoulder. Just take a few breaths here, just enjoying the twist, releasing any areas of tension in the lower back. And when you're ready on your next inhale, just push yourself back up, neutral tabletop, and then we repeat on the right side. So right arm reaches up, nice and tall, two shoulders in one line, and exhale. Let that shoulder come through, right ear drops to the mat, and just gently pressing down with the left hand. And on your next inhale, when you're ready, just gently pushing up off the mat. Come back into your all fours. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, core is engaged, and then we're going to tuck the toes and then send the hips back into our first downward facing dog. Okay, so from here you can always pedal the feet out, and that's just lifting right heel, switching, lifting left heel, just inviting the stretch into each heel one at a time as you lengthen out through the legs till eventually it might feel comfortable for both heels to be on the ground. It might not though, that's okay. You can have your heels lifted or a soft bend in the knees, whatever feels good for you. In this position, just think about your hands and fingertips spreading wide, really pushing down through the knuckles and pressing back with the hips. So we're getting a nice full body stretch. Imagining one day that we'll be making that upside down V, so the belly coming to the thighs. On your next inhale, we're just going to slowly roll forwards into a high plank. In this position, again, slow with the movement, we're going to start to bend the elbows and slowly as you can, lower your belly all the way down to the floor, keeping your elbows tucked into the side body. When you get to the floor, just release, uncurl your toes. Fingers come underneath your shoulders, elbows still drilled into the sides, and we exhale up into our first back bend cobra. Again, it doesn't matter how far up you're coming in this posture, just as long as it feels good for you and your body. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, drawn down and away from the ears, and keeping the elbows in nice and tight and close to the body. One more breath here, and then exhale, we lower. This time, as we come up, we're going to take our left arm out to the side and push up through our weight on the right arm, and then just bring our gaze over that left shoulder. So it's almost like we peel up with a twist. Looking over that left shoulder, maybe dropping it a little bit more. And exhale, release. Just switch position. Bring that right arm underneath the shoulder. Right arm out to the side, left arm underneath the shoulder. And we inhale up, drop the right shoulder, bring our gaze over and behind for a nice, gentle spinal twist. And exhale, release. Inhale, both hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes. And just as we did on the way down, this time we're going to come up onto the toes and slowly push up into a plank. Once we're in our plank, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths here again. Just find your centre. Maybe noticing that you can get a little bit deeper, a little bit more into the posture, the heels are closer to the floor, or maybe not. Your next inhale, just slowly start to walk the feet up to meet the hands into a standing forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe the knees stay soft, or maybe the legs are straight, wherever you're at. Just take hold of your elbows, and then maybe just rock the upper body side to side. Getting a nice release through the back of the hamstrings, just lengthening through the spine as the crown reaches down towards the floor. When you're ready, just drop the hands, release, and then we're going to inhale, halfway lift. So fingers come to thighs, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, forward fold, belly to thighs. And inhale, swoop up to standing, nice and tall, hands to heart center, and mountain pose. So mountain pose is just basically standing nice and tall, as tall as you can, really tuning in to your posture and alignment, making sure both weight is equal between the left and right foot. Both shoulders are drawn back and down. Crown of the head reaching up. And from there, we're just going to take the hands back up, swoop them back over our head, interlace our fingers at the top, and then if it feels good, maybe just take a little back bend up here. And exhale, come back into that forward fold, hinging from the hips. This time we inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, drop straight back to the ground, and you can hop or step the feet back, high plank, elbows in, lower, back to cobra. Inhale, exhale, tuck the toes, lift and push back, downward facing dog. Again, just taking a few breaths here. Just enjoying the stretch. Finding your breath. And then when you're ready, from here we're going to shift our weight into our left leg and reach the right leg high. Three-legged dog. From there, we're going to inhale and bring the knee all the way to try and touch the nose. So bring the body forward into a plank, knee to nose, really fire up the core here, and then exhale, kick it back. Okay, two more just like that. So inhale, knee to nose, pause. Exhale, push back, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose, pause. Exhale, push back, three-legged dog. This time in your three-legged dog, drop the heel in towards the glute. So right heel to right glute, and then imagine just opening up through the hip. So two hips in one line, just breathing into that stretch here. And then as we exhale, the right foot steps all the way forward in between both hands for this high lunge here. Pause here just a moment. And then when you're ready, exhale, drop the knee to the floor, untuck the toe. And then we're just going to continue with a little upper body twist. So the right hand stays to the outside of the right foot, but the left hand comes up and reaches up tall to the sky. Okay, now you can either stay here for option 1, or option 2, tuck the back foot and come back into a high lunge. Option 3, if you want a little bit more of a twist, bring that hand in and then maybe even take a bind. Okay, so whatever option you're taking, just breathe here. We'll take a few breaths together. And if you took the bind, just release that hand back down. And wherever you were, release both hands back to the floor, drop the knee, untuck the toe. And then we're going to open up the hips even more, just continue doing that. So now we're going to heel toe this right foot out to the side of the mat. You might want to even come onto the bridge of that foot slightly to allow this knee to open a little bit more. And then you can either stay here, or if it feels good for you, just come down onto the forearms for our pigeon pose. And again, just take a few breaths here. Just sending the breath to any areas of tightness that you might feel within the hips. Just letting the upper body relax and melt into the ground. Excellent. When you're ready, just make your way back up onto your hands. Tuck that toe, lift and step the right leg all the way back into your downward dog. Again, just taking a few breaths here. Now we've got all that to look forward to on the other side, which hopefully I'll remember. So when you're ready, inhale, shift your weight to your right foot, and the left foot kicks up. Nice and tall, reaching that left foot up. And inhale, bring it forward and through, knee to nose. Pause, really firing up that core. And exhale, bring it back, reaching it all the way back up. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. And last one, inhale, knee to nose. And exhale, three-legged dog. From there, drop the left heel towards the left glute, opening up through that hip. Still keeping both shoulders square. The opening's only coming from the hip here, not the shoulders or the side body. And then when you're ready, just inhale and bring that left foot all the way forward in between both hands. Pause here for a minute, just lengthening out through the lunge. Take a few deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you can drop that right knee to the floor. And then same again, we have the option of just a gentle spinal twist. So taking the left hand up. Option 1. Option 2, coming up onto that back foot, untucking the knee and lifting. Or option 3 is to take a bind, which I might not be able to do on this side. Oh, just about. Excellent. Wherever you're at, take a few deep breaths, breathe, and exhale. Release. Release that knee back down. And then same again, we are taking it pigeon on this side. So if you want to bring that left knee out slightly more towards the bridge of your foot as you roll on, so if you can see on this side, I'm just slightly opening that knee like so. Option 1, or option 2, if you want a little bit deeper of a stretch, just coming down onto the forearms. Again, you might notice that one area feels slightly tighter than the other. For me, it's definitely this side. But if that's the case with you, that's okay. That's totally normal as well. That's why we do yoga, to try and balance everything out. So just taking a few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, if you were down on your forearms, just make your way back up. And then maybe just heel toe that foot back in, tuck the toe, lift back into the high lunge, send the hips back, and then this time we're going to drop both knees, bring the toes together, and maybe just walk the hips slightly wider, so about the width of the mat. And then here, just send the hips back into child's pose. As we lie here in this posture, your hands want to reach up and in front of your head, hips sitting back, so bum towards your heels, and knees coming open to create that space in amongst the hips. Your chin can be on the mat or your forehead. Your eyes can be open or closed. This is a nice recovery posture. Even though we can chill out a little bit here, it is a great posture with many benefits. So you might be feeling this through your shoulders, through your arms, maybe through your lower back, especially in the hips, opening up through the hips, and a little bit in the legs as well, and glutes. So just taking a few more breaths here. And just notice where it is that you're feeling it most. Maybe it's more in one hip than the other. Maybe you're feeling tighter in areas of the body than others. Just acknowledge wherever that is. Don't judge. It's all okay. It's totally normal. Just acknowledge and send your breath there. Let your upper body relax and melt into the ground. Send the hips back towards the heels. And when you're ready, just slowly make your way back up to tabletop, and then from there just into a seated position. Okay, we're now just going to continue to open up the hips and work on getting in nice and deep to the hip socket. Okay, so I'm going to take my left leg down, and then option 1, so right hand, right foot. Option 1, you might only be able to get to here, and that's okay. Just work on getting up and down. So just with your breath, up and down. Option 2, you might be able to take that a little bit further and take the foot into the crank of your left arm. Okay, left arm interlaces with the right, and then keeping this right foot flexed, so keeping the toes pointing towards the ceiling. Just imagining that your foot is like a little baby and we're just rocking it gently side to side, just working on getting nice and deep to that hip and opening it up. Okay, just whatever's available to you. You can stay at option 1 and still work on opening up and getting into the hip that way. Again, just breathe in here. Imagine bringing that knee back in towards the armpit, staying active through the foot, keeping the toes flexed up towards the ceiling. And then we exhale and release. Take that right leg out long And you might want to reposition your hips so that they're square. Reach the arms up tall. And then as we inhale, bring your gaze towards your foot. Make sure your right toes are flexed up to the ceiling, shoulders relaxed, drawn down away from the ears. And then we exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips, and reach. So again, options are knee, shin, toes, wherever you can reach to today, wherever you're feeling that stretch and feeling the benefits along the back of the hamstrings, the lower back. Just stay there. Try not to force anything. If it feels uncomfortable, back off. Just listen to your body and do what's feeling good for it today. Just take a few more breaths here. Every inhale, trying to lengthen through the spine, reaching forward with the crown of the head. Every exhale, sinking down, relaxing the upper body, belly to thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. And one more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, relax. Nice. On your next inhale, just release. Come back up to seated, and then we're just going to do that again on the other side. Okay, so this time I've got my right knee tucked in, and I'm going to bring my left foot up. Remember, option one, you can just work on sending that knee back and bringing that foot up nice and gently. Okay, so you just want to be feeling that compression in the hip. Option two, if it's available to you, bring that left foot into the crook of the left arm. And just pretending it's your little baby, swaying side to side. Pointing the toes, keeping them flexed up towards the ceiling. Excellent. Just a couple more rocks. And then when you're ready, just slowly release that arm, that leg. And from there, take the left leg out long. Maybe square up your hips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Lengthen. And exhale, fold forward. Again, as you're folding forward, just try and make sure that your two shoulders are in one line. So try not be in this position, rolling back or opening with that right shoulder. Again, it doesn't matter how low you are in this position, where your hands are touching. All that matters is that it's feeling good for you and your body. Just spend a few breaths here though. Same again, trying to get a little bit deeper into that posture. Every inhale, we lift through the crown of the head. And every exhale, we fold forward a little bit more and let the upper body relax. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, relax. Nice. From there, exhale, release. We're going to come all the way up. And then just slowly make our way onto our backs. Okay, so just make sure you've got enough room out behind you as you just shuffle down on your mat. Take the arms out in front, engage the core, and slowly as you can, one vertebrae at a time, lower your way or lower your back down onto your mat. Okay, so the last thing to fall down is the head, followed by the arms, and then take the legs out long. And then we're just going to continue with a few more postures as we take the pace down and continue to work into those hips. So first one we're going to go for is one removing pose. So bend your knee, your right knee, interlace your fingers just on the shin below the knee, and gently press as if you're trying to get your right knee underneath your right armpit. Keeping your back nice and flat on the floor. You might feel a little bit of compression in the right hip socket. This is almost like a massage for the internal organs. So again, just breathing into it, just enjoying the posture. On your next inhale, we're going to flex the right foot. Take hold of your two index fingers on your right hand. Just interlace them around your right toe. From there, pushing up with the heel. Push the leg up and try and straighten the leg. Still trying to draw that knee back underneath the right armpit. You're pushing up through the heel and pulling back with that big toe for half happy baby. Again, just getting right into that hip socket. Really nice release for us, especially those who maybe spend a lot of the day seated or driving or maybe at desks. If we do that and, sit down all day, we do carry a lot of tension in our hips. It's so nice just to get into them and loosen everything off, restore our movement. And when you're ready, just bend that knee again, let go of the big toe, and let it feel nice and long on the mat. Just take a moment here, and then maybe bring your attention to how your right leg feels compared to your left leg. Maybe it feels slightly longer, slightly lengthened after those stretches. Or maybe it just feels the same, but we're going to do the other side again anyway. So left leg comes up, knee into chest, interlace the fingers at the shin. Gently pull that knee in towards the left armpit, as if you're trying to get the knee underneath. And breathe. Take 2 more breaths here. And then flex that left foot back. With your left hand, take it out, grab hold of the left big toe, and then just gently kick that leg up while pulling the left knee underneath the armpit for half happy baby. Make sure that your right hip still stays grounded. Back still flat on the floor. And again, just breathing into the stretch. And on your next exhale, just release that leg, let go of your grip. Release it out long. And take your final big breaths here as we end the class in Shavasana. So as you lie here, just let your body relax and reap all the benefits of the postures that you've just done. Bring your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your heart. And then just bring your awareness to the breath and how the body feels as you inhale, and fill the body with oxygen. Feel the belly rise, the chest rise. And then as you exhale, feel the belly fall and the chest fall. Try and make every breath a little bit bigger and hold it for a little bit longer than the last one. As your long exhales are now leaving the body, let your body melt even further into the mat. And on your next exhale, you can just let the hands fall back by your sides, palms open up towards the ceiling. And then just slowly bringing one leg in towards the chest, bend the knees in one at a time. From there, then clasp your hands, maybe grab hold of your elbows and rock side to side, just giving yourself a little lower back massage. And one final big hug, nice and tight. And then when you're ready, just roll all the way over to one side and gently in your own time, just make your way back up to seated. We'll finish the class in a cross-legged position, sitting up nice and tall, just as we started. Now taking note of your posture once again. How you feel in your body now? Hopefully a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit more mobile, or maybe just a little bit looser. Whatever it may be, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your yoga practice. Namaste. Thanks again, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, I will catch you again soon for some more yoga. See you later. Bye.